Hello, wonderful people. Can you guys hear me? I'm so glad I already have people here. Oh, I have my friend from in-person activism from France, and Axel and his friend. Can you guys hear me? Please tell me if you can hear me, like right now. Here. Oh, really? Thank you. Yay. Okay. So I was like rushing to get on here. I wanted to eat breakfast with you guys. I'm gonna go grab that real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. So I did not plan very well. I just got excited to do my first live. So I don't really know what we're going to be talking about. You guys can help guide the conversation if you wish. I'm hoping to get some non vegans on here to debate with or just talk to and educate about veganism, depending on how their attitude is towards it. We'll see. Yeah. But I'll let you guys know what I'm eating if you want to know. I have this egg Benedict. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's probably just egg. It has like tempeh bacon on it on this toasty bread. And it's like this cheese sauce. It's kind of like they just like melted chow cheese with like oil or something. It tastes really good, like almost like a gravy. And then I just have these potatoes with ketchup and hot sauce. Yeah, I was gonna eat my usual like yogurt parfait and French toast, like popcorn disc thingy with like almond butter and maple syrup and bananas and all that good stuff on it with coffee this morning. But my mom got this today and she got me some. So I'm grateful for that. But yeah, see, like I'm gonna post this maybe. I don't know. I'm super awkward, so I might not. But like if I do, vegans eat delicious, real food that tastes like better than your food because it doesn't taste like chicken butt. Okay? Like you get all the good egg stuff taste in it, except for that like aftertaste you can't get out of your mouth and like, the cholesterol out of your body. Yeah. Just saying. You might want to try it. Thanks. So tell me about what you guys have been eating for breakfasts or what activism you've been doing. And oh, remind me of your name, French dude. I don't even know. Sabby Coops. Sabby Coops. Are you going to the Convergence in LA? You gonna be there? I would understand if not, considering you're in France. But he was at New York with us with AAC. Lots of fun. Lots of screaming at buildings and getting them to drop fur. Lots of success with Vogue going fur free. If you don't know about that, I can tell you all about it in my last video if you want to check it out, where I talk about all of my activism I've done this year. Well, most of it anyway. I've done a lot of stuff. I couldn't get it all in there, but yeah. I wanted to put like I was looking at Vegan Gains lives last night. Well, one of them, and he was showing like how he like raises money where he'll say like he does impressions or like he'll twerk for $50 or like all this stuff. And then he said like he'll draw anything for $1. I was thinking of doing that because I do a lot of art and stuff. So I was thinking of drawing something, but I couldn't think of what else I would want to do. for that, but that would be fun, you know. So like, how do I get people coming in? I have like 2 legs. One person's here. Aw. My French friend and Axel, I think, are gone. Well, I understand because there's not much going on here, but we can make stuff happen. So Satanic Stefan. I just dated somebody named Stefan, by the way. It did not go well at all. He was vegan though, so that's good. It is so good. It's from the Silver Diner. Where are you from? Steven. Oh, Steven. Cool. Where are you from? Do you have a Silver Diner where you're at? Oh, India. That's cool. Do you do vegan activism? Is there like stuff on your channel? Oh, hey, Mel and Steve. Oh my gosh. Hi. Oh, I was not expecting you guys to come in here. I'm just eating some breakfast. Eggs Benedict from the Silver Diner and some potatoes with like ketchup and stuff on it to get to know some of the people that watch me and hopefully have some non-vegans come in here so I can show them the delicious food and they don't have to harm animals, right? Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you here. There's like nobody here. If you have any suggestions on how to get like more people in this live, please let me know. Yeah. But I figured I'd just hop on here. I literally found out I could do it like last night and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna see what's up. Thank you. Oh my gosh. It's so sweet. Yeah, there's like a huge convergence that's happening in LA in like a couple days that I'm going to be going to for like a week and a half with AAC, Animal Activism Collective. I'm sure you've probably heard of them, maybe. I would assume so. And we're going to be doing like a bunch of protesting against the fur industry, some battery cages and foie gras as well, but mostly the fur industry. If you've probably heard, Vogue has gone fur free internationally. I just made a video about it if you want to watch it and support it. But yeah, that's huge. They like publish in like 30 different countries, you know, and that them I call CAFT, they've gotten like so many brands to go fur free internationally. It's dying. The fur trade is dying. It's went from like 180 million to like 20 million animals that are being farmed for their fur within the last decade. So that's huge. I love to focus on wins. You know, I feel like it really keeps people going for that people who their fire can go out at times, you know, keeping community alive and yeah. You got to do around 5 lives and then it starts getting more to keep that up. Okay, nice. Thank you for that. Vertical lives do better, though. The horizontal ones usually only reaches your subs. Interesting. Okay. Is there a way for me to do vertical lives on my desktop or would I just have to use my phone? Because I feel like it's easier to monitor the chat in the desktop, which is why I chose it. And yeah, and I guess I wouldn't be doing like overlays of other people's videos and critiquing them or talking about how wonderful they are, you know, if I wasn't on desktop, right? Maybe you don't know. You probably just use your phone. Hi, Axel. Thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing someone here with me, or with you. um, yeah. So I don't really know what to talk about. I was just like on a whim doing this. But if you guys have any questions, or if you want to let me know like what activism you've been doing lately, that would be awesome. I kind of just wanted to hang out, um, and see if we can get any like non-vegans to join. Are there any non-vegans in here? There's like been 3 people whose message. There's 5 people on here. I don't know. Melon Steve, is there that turned you? What turned me vegan? Okay, I'll let you know. I'm gonna ask you a question first, real quick though. So is there a way for me to tell like who, like what channels are in here? Because I see there's 5 people on here, but it doesn't let me click on it or anything. I don't know. If you have the answer to that, you can let me know. But what turned me vegan was actually Earthling Ed. I had a few seeds planted before that, but I didn't really comprehend what veganism is fully. I learned a little bit more about it like a year before, and thought about it a little bit, but mostly like had excuses going through my head until I saw Earthling Ed's famous speech. This speech will change your life. So like when I clicked on it, it was for like personal development or whatever. Like those thumbnails always got me. Okay, thank you. But yeah, like I was like binging like personal development content on YouTube. So like anything about like how to make your life better or make your mind better or whatever I was watching. So that's actually what I thought I was going to be watching when I clicked on Earthling Ed's speech. I loved the clickbait, honestly. And he ended up talking about how like dairy cows are like taken from their mothers. They're essayed. I don't know if I've been saying like everything on this channel, but yeah, sexually abused. And it like, I don't know. I think because of the way that he prefaced the speech by saying, like, I want to start the speech off by saying, I eat just everything that you do, except a vegan version. I eat tacos, pizza, blah, blah. And I think that brought my defenses down a lot to where I was actually able to hear what he was saying. Because, like, I think that was really what was holding me back of looking into what veganism was, like, fully, and like about the foods that you could eat, because I was scared that I wouldn't be able to like go back or something, but it was all subconscious, like looking back. But anyway, this is why I write scripts, because my mind goes all over the place. But anyway, but yeah, I ended up watching that speech, and then I like, my heart felt like, okay, there's no way I can ignore this. Like, I'm literally like causing SA to animals. Like they're hurting babies and taking them from their moms. Like I was imagining being that mother cow just from his words and what he was saying. He's like he sounded so serious about it. I'm like, okay, like I have to know more. So I like looked at some of the other videos underneath. I found some vegan activists like Joey Carbstrong that like, love Joey. He's like one of my favorite activists. Him and Tash, and yeah. So I ended up watching Dominion that day, and that, well, I started to, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna save this until my boyfriend at the time, my ex, he got home to our sailboat, because we were living on a sailboat for like 4 years, but which was cool. But anyway, oh, that's okay. I'm glad you made it. Hi, Hummus 420. um, so yeah, I ended up watching Dominion that night, and I watched the whole entire thing. I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't believe what I've been supporting. Like I knew that like people killed animals. I had my grandfather, he like would hunt animals all the time, but you know, they have like the happy farms on the packaging. You don't really think about the day that they die. I actually tried to go hunting with my grandfather one time when I was a kid, like, I don't know, under 10 years old, maybe like 10 years old. And he like, I was like really good at like shooting like a tree with a target. And then it was time for me to try to shoot a chipmunk, and I almost started crying. Like I couldn't do it. And so he was like, okay, let's just walk around. And I'm like, good idea. So I knew I couldn't kill an animal. Um, but yeah, I never really thought about it until Dominion. And like deeply, like I didn't really like, you know what I mean? And it made me remember like all those years that I would think of like my own abusers, because I've been through a lot of trauma. Like I've been through a lot of sexual assault myself and bullying. And I would constantly wonder, like constantly go through my head and wonder like how could these people do this to me and not care about like what they're doing? Like how do they even derive pleasure knowing that they're hurting me? You know what I mean? And so as I was watching Dominion, that's one of the first things that went through my head when I saw the RAPE rack for the cow and I saw her face, and I was like, that's exactly how I felt. You know what I mean? When things like that were happening to me. And so I was able to really empathize with the animals in that way, which it was already horrible anyway. I would have went vegan anyway, but like it just made me feel like such a hypocrite that like I was sitting here wondering how people could do this to me, yet I was causing this to happen to other beings. I mean, like, I didn't really know or think about it, you know, in the same way. But it's kind of the same thing as like focusing on your own pleasure and ignoring the victim when I've been outreached to before that. You know what I mean? So, definitely not the same thing, but I drew a correlation there, and it made me feel like, wow, I can't believe that I've been causing the same thing to others. And I just felt so not guilty, but like tricked, like a little like guilty. Yeah, shame, more shame than guilt, because I knew that like I was unconscious of it mostly. And so I felt a lot of shame, and I knew that I felt excited too. Like it was all the feelings at once. I felt excited because I knew that I was going to speak up about it. I knew that I was going to speak up about it, and I felt like the world was going to change. I was like, once everybody sees this, like the world's going to be vegan. I didn't even know like what veganism was like, but I was like, if you tell me, if this like really smart guy telling this speech to all these people is telling me that it tastes just the same and it's healthier for you and better for the environment, I'm like, why wouldn't we? Like, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to eat, but I'm not going to eat them. And I just felt like the world was going to change. And I got really um, like, I don't know. I felt like this expansion from my chest, and like that, like the world was going to change and I was going to be a part of it. And I got like excited. And then I started talking to my family and friends about it, and they didn't want to see it, or they would like be like, why are you like, this doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, what do you mean it doesn't make sense? I'm like, they didn't want to try the food, you know what I mean? And I didn't understand the cognitive bias yet and all that stuff. So it kind of really shut me down. Like I didn't know any vegans around me. Me and my ex went vegan overnight after watching Dominion. We like threw away all of the animal products out of the boat and went grocery shopping the next day. And it really like discouraged me from talking about it. I mean, I still did like constantly, like every time I saw people, but it discouraged me from thinking that there was going to be like big change. You know what I mean? Like I would just watch stuff online. Like I would like binge like Joey Carbstrong and, you know, all the main activists you see online. And I would kind of get that feeling of like the world changing, or like the anger, getting the anger out of like them having like the clapbacks that make sense and being like, ha ha ha, see, you're dumb. Like to kind of get out that frustration. But I wasn't doing any activism myself because I didn't know of any other activists around the area, and it seemed like people didn't want to listen. But then I started seeing videos of people talking about like Joey Carbstrong talking about the lighting candle. You once one person goes vegan, like a bunch go vegan or whatever. And I don't know. I started talking to people about it, and like some people started to feel more open about it when I would talk to strangers and stuff. So, and then I found like I looked at Anonymous for the Voiceless website, and I saw like that there was a chapter in DC, but I wanted to start my own. So I was like, F it. If I found this website, then other vegans might be looking for it, and I'm not going to know if I don't try. So I tried to like organize for them around here. There's no vegans around here. So I found somebody to help carpool with me to DC to do some activism. And I really I started posting on like my personal page about veganism before that, but nobody looked at it. And that also discouraged me. But when I finally did some outreach in DC, I met all these people, all these activists in DC, and I was like, oh my God, I have friends now. You know what I mean? Because I don't feel like I can be friends with non-vegans. Not really. Like I can be supportive of them. I can be like their peers or whatever and try to get them to go vegan. But like, I'm not going to feel a sense of connection with someone like on a friend level if they're not, you know what I mean? I just can't anymore. Yeah, that's just how it is. Like, I don't want to eat with you. I don't want to hear about your life. You're hurting animals. Like, fix that first. Then your life may like matter a little bit more. Like in my eyes, like it's not realistic. Doesn't make sense. But like, that's how my mind works. You know, like that's the most important thing to me. So, if you're not doing that, then what are we even doing here? But like my friends are my colleagues, you know? But anyway, where was I? I don't know. My mind just went blank. Like 6 years. So that was 6 years ago. And I didn't start being active until about 2 years ago, I'd say. And I had an old channel for like a year before I started this one. But I didn't do barely any videos during that year because there was some like drama. It once again discouraged me, like within the vegan community. I was expecting it to be like all open arms and no drama and like everybody being on the same page, and a lot of stuff went down. People accusing people of things that really hurt me, and it kind of made me question like everything I was doing and like if I was a good leader and all this stuff, and it kind of shut me down for a little while. But I was still like writing things. So during that time period between like my old channel and my new channel, my old channel sucked too. Like the quality was horrible. I wanted to rebrand. It had my last name on it. I wanted to take my last name offline. So I was like, I'm just gonna start over, start fresh, and just like start new. I needed a clean slate, you know. So I did that, and in between that time of my old channel and my new channel, I was just like scripting and planning like, okay, how am I going to do this? I want it to be more professional, you know? So I'm making like playlists. I'm making like vegan curious playlists, which eventually, once it's all fleshed out, is what I want my QR code on my like little business card thing to go to directly. And I know, Axel, you just made a business card. I saw that. I'm interested in knowing what yours looks like. Because I love having a personal outreach card. I give it to people like when they're checking me out for groceries, especially because it's like you see what I eat, you know what I mean? Like, here's some stuff, like go watch Dominion, try some of this stuff, right? And it works a lot of times. Sometimes people are already vegetarian or they're thinking about going vegan, or they like thanked me for that extra push just from giving them the card. So that's like a huge thing. That's like, you don't do anything at all. Sometimes I'm just like, I like your shirt. Here's my card. Check it out. Or like, watch the movie. It changed my life. Like, it takes like 2 seconds to say that, but it could literally save like 200 animals' lives a year if they decide to go vegan, you know? So yeah, I have that playlist where it's gonna kind of like tell my story and then tell the animal stories, talk about like how to go vegan practically, the health stuff, the environmental stuff, all the common questions, like how language affects society and stuff like that, like all the basics of veganism in that first playlist, right? Well, I'm doing them all at the same time, but that would be like where I would want a non-vegan to start. And then I have like my outreach videos, and then I have like videos that I want to do for activists. And then I have like my podcast, which I have 1 episode on because I haven't been focusing on that as much. I'm focusing on just like getting people to my channel first. Oh, I was watching your live and it said something. I thought you said something about it. Okay. Maybe I'm crazy. Where are you located, Axel? Do you have like activists in your area? Because getting involved with other activists like really helped my mental health. You know what I mean? After the drama subsided and I realized that I wasn't wrong. I wasn't in the wrong. And I showed my face again. It was only one person that was accusing me of something, but that was enough to make me like feel ashamed. It was like stupid. Oh, that's what you were saying. Okay, I feel you. I'm just like on live eating. I was like, you know what? I don't know what to talk about. So when I don't know how to talk, I'll just eat. And now it's making me feel awkward. I'm like, what was I thinking? But I'm hungry, so. UARC? What does that stand for? Utah Animal Rights Community, I would assume. That's really cool. That's nice. How many people are in that group? I've been to like Virginia. I feel like that's a small group of activists, but they do a lot of great work. That was my first protest I ever been to. Animal Rights Coalition. Nice. Okay. Yeah, when I got involved with the DC activism, it was like so many people because it's like DC. It's like an hour for me because I'm in Maryland. So I'll travel out there all the time and like do protests and outreach and film. And sometimes I even organize events. But like for outreaching with the Just Egg AAC thing, that was really cool of them. Like it's so cool what organizations will do. For activists sometimes. So my first protest was against Fuqua, right? I was so nervous. I don't know if you do protesting or not, but I was so nervous. Like I didn't even know if it was effective. I was like, is what I'm doing even worth anything? Am I going to get in trouble? Am I going to go to jail? Like, like all these questions that I had that I was asking them like the whole way there. We went to Virginia and we stayed the night to do some protesting at this hotel against Fuqua, and it ended up being a win. Like literally after just a couple minutes in during the protest and I realized that like we're like practicing our legal rights, I'm like, oh, this is great. We can get out our anger. It does make a difference, and it's fun, and we can be creative, like, on the spot. Like, I was not expecting to like it, let alone like be doing speak outs and stuff like that. And it was so funny because my friend who like runs the chapter for DXC in DC, he was like, Paige, do you want to do a speak out? And I was like, what's a speak out? He was like, you just say whatever you want. And I'm like we've been doing, like in between the chants. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't know what I would say. And then like literally a couple seconds later, it popped in my head. And I was like, yeah, I want to do a speak out. So a couple minutes later, I got on the megaphone and there was like people, let me set the scene. There was like people on the balcony of the hotel yelling at us about like support Trump, like who cares about animals? They were literally saying stuff like that. And they were like laughing at us and like mocking us and stuff. And so like I looked right at those people with my megaphone, with his megaphone at the time, and I was like, you think we're annoying? Like they were telling us to shut up and that we're annoying. You know what I mean? They were screaming that like the whole time. And I was like, you think we're annoying? Imagine being force fed every single day until you puke so you can eat, so your liver can get eaten. Like it was okay. What I said was better than that, but it was cool. I was like, it like you could see like some people actually like thought about it. You know what I mean? For a second. Like, of course, they were like groupthink and they just like said what everybody else around them was saying. But like, I kind of wanted to take every chance I could to talk about like what's happening to the animals. Like, yeah, protesting does something, but we can do two things at once. You know what I mean? And sometimes people don't like when you speak about the vegan message in general. So I kind of focused on the ducks, like when protesting. So that was good, like coincidence, but yeah, sometimes people don't like it when you talk about veganism because it can like hurt the campaign with like fur and stuff, and it's about like what you can do for those individual animals. So that's great. So like sometimes if my like voice hurts when I'm protesting, when I've been doing it for like days, like on the convergences and stuff, I'll like hang back and give out my card to like people who are curious, who are like looking like what's going on. And I'm like, well, this is what this is about, but this is separate. And most of us are vegan here. And like, you know what I mean? So yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. I've seen them do that. And I've thought about doing it. Um, but that's another thing, like I'm kind of scared to do that by myself. Because like it's easy to talk to strangers on the street, but um like sometimes I've seen videos of those like slaughter truck dudes getting like really angry. Like I've seen them run over a freaking activist before. So I wouldn't want to do that alone. You know what I mean? But I would love to do that. That's why I want a partner in crime. But I don't have that, so we all do our own live stream at our own slaughterhouses to throw off the algorithm. Bring people with you. Yeah, yeah, I know. There's this one girl in my area. Maybe I would go to DC to do it. But there's this one girl in my area um who just reached out to me, and she's like literally the only activist here that I would want to be working with, to be honest. There's like a couple other ones, but didn't work out. Yeah. That's why I go to DC. That's why I go to convergences. I'm like, I need to be social. But it's hard when like I would have to drive like a whole hour out. So there's only so much I can do, but I'll definitely give that a try. I'll see if anyone is interested. I actually do have you know what? The girl, the tofu connoisseur on like Instagram and stuff, she lives in DC and she loves doing like collaboration stuff like that. I think she would like to do that with me. That would be cool. But then again, she does have like more of a positive approach on her account. I don't know. I'm gonna see. But that's a really great idea to do lives like that. But yeah. Right. That's what I'm saying. The more risky stuff, they're not. Like, I had this big idea when I first got into activism. In my head, it was a big idea where, like, all of us, like, because there's so many activists, if all of us were willing to go to, like, a slaughterhouse and, like, get drones and, like, we protest the slaughterhouse and have, like, QR codes to, like, the minion. We have signs and we have our megaphones and we don't leave them alone for, like, 24 fucking hours. Like for, like, a week. You know what I mean? Like, as much as we can. I feel like we could get, like, national attention with something like that if we go straight to the source. You know, it doesn't look as crazy to, like, the news outlets, like open rescues. You know what I mean? I didn't know about that really when I had this idea. But, like, I mean, I did, but this is, like, not illegal. And I feel like if we have enough people and if we film it, like, it would get national attention. If we just protest this slaughterhouse directly. And I feel like that could get a lot of attention to, like, what's actually going on inside, you know, instead of the conversations. I mean, everything's useful, but it was just, like, an idea, a tactic from that angle. And, like, nobody wanted to do it. Like, everybody was like, that's not going to work. That's not going to do anything. Because they're thinking pressure campaigns when they think protesting. Like, they're thinking of having an ask. But for me, we can, like, think of it one, you know what I mean? But the point of it, because they're, like, thinking about their organization and what people will do, like, all around the world to focus on the same issue, which, yes, we need to be doing that. But I feel like if we can get, like, news attention, which they do for stuff like this all the time, but directly for, like, the slaughterhouse, I feel like that would be awesome. Like, I love what DXE does with, like, the right to rescue, because they do that. They got slaughterhouse footage on the news in that perspective, in that light, with people holding the dead animals. Like, I feel like we need more of that. You know what I mean? I really do. I think that is super effective for, like, showing the public what veganism is about, like, in a snap. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no questioning it. Like, stop talking about B12. This is what it's about. You see us, we're healthy, and we're doing this. And I feel like that really puts it in people's faces, you know? But yeah, they weren't into it. But you can do a lot alone, you know? It makes sense. Like, that's why I'm focusing on my activism alone. Whenever I go out and, like, do activism, I'm always, like, filming something, making a video out of it, because one day my videos are going to be able to reach more people than I ever could. I mean, they already have, like, hundreds of people for some of my reels and stuff, like, rather than just, like, speaking to one person. I mean, that one person could go on and do, like, huge work too, but I feel like we need to be doing, like, work alone and work with others too. But yeah, like, I've been focusing on, like, creating, like, some animal rights music, because there's some more out there, but there's still not a lot of, like, good animal rights music out there. And so I wanted to try to make that happen. And I feel like that could get some attention on, like, my educational activism. So in the future, I'm hoping that would be a thing that works out well. Well, I will. I know it will. I'm being modest. News will always focus on what makes money. And be little veganism. Yes. Yeah. They definitely will. But it still showed the animals and the activists. Like, they technically have to, like, show both perspectives, even though they minimize our perspective and focus on like what we did wrong and what's happening. It's like through them doing that, they're showing our story. You know what I mean? So February 6th, I am going to be going to Utah Jazz Stadium because it has a rodeo event. Ew. Yeah, I've wanted to protest rodeo events too. Like you would get a lot of backlash. That would be great to film. You'd get a lot of attention. I am working on shouting speed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would be cool if you could get them involved. Let me know if that works out. For real. That would be cool. I feel like even if I do get some people to do this, I think the slaughterhouse truck is the best bet. Like, that's a way better idea than that idea that I had at first when I first started activism that I was talking about, protesting at the slaughterhouse. If I could get like 2 people to come with me, I would do it. I would feel much safer to do it. You know, I've had crazy stuff happen to me with activism. Like, when I had my old channel, I went to the city with one other person. I'll never do this again. But I went to the city with one other person and it was starting to get late. And I ended up getting carjacked for all of my equipment. It was like $3,000 worth of equipment. We had like the TVs and everything. But because there was only one person with me and it was getting late and I had all that stuff in the city, I was like 3 teenagers. They literally beat me to the ground, threw me out of my car, was beating me to the ground. And like, I thought I was going to die. They were yelling shooter, shooter when I was like running away. So like, I'm really careful now because I used to just do like whatever, you know what I mean? But I'm really careful now to be with like multiple people when I'm doing activism out and about because people hate us. You know what I mean? Like they literally have hatred for us. I don't understand it. It's just something psychological that happens. Like I've always had an open mind and was interested when people are like standing up for movement type stuff, even if I don't agree with the message. I'm like, that's interesting. I've never thought of like being violent towards, obviously these are violent people and in general, but I don't understand how it elicits anger in someone that someone speaks up for something good. I feel like it like the light like draws out their shadows and they don't like that, even though their whole life is a fucking shadow. I don't get it. I just cussed. I'm sorry. Shit. Fuck. Sorry. I don't know if that's allowed on here. I'm gonna watch this again. I don't know if I'm gonna post this. Should I post this? I don't think I'm gonna post this. Maybe when I start getting more people on here after my first few ones, I'll start posting them. So it doesn't really matter, right? More vegan banners. You mean like billboards? Hi, Tessa Saves. Thank you for joining the live. I'm just finishing my potatoes. I won't be eating for much longer. Sorry, guys. I just figured I'd eat breakfast while I was waiting for people to come in. I'd rather be hated for doing the right thing than accepted for doing wrong. Yeah, but if you're like getting shot at and stuff, like, and all of your equipment taken, kind of like, I'd rather have someone there with me to make that less likely. No. Yeah. But definitely. I love it when I get hate because it's like, you're just helping me by commenting and you're showing like the truth because I get to comment back and then like show like, because I'm sure all the people are thinking a similar thing because of the like rejection of veganism and ourselves to try to self-preserve our self-image, you know, before we're vegan. So it helps like counteract that, right? When people actually speak out and say what they're thinking. Yeah, I was thinking that too. I think it's like $300 to have like a billboard up for like a week or something like that. But yeah, I was definitely thinking about that too. I mean, there are vegan billboards like with huge organizations that have money like that to spend on things like that. You know what I mean? Like PETA and stuff like that. But yeah, we definitely need more. We need stuff everywhere we go. Like, oh my God, like the Impossible, or I mean, or was it Beyond? I don't know. Some of the like they kind of like they started selling like meat products and their stuff now, which sucks. But when they first were like huge on their messaging and they stand it true with that, they would like talk like about vegan messages in their commercials and things like that. And we're gonna see a lot more of stuff like that. I'm sure in the UK there's more of that like commercialization of the vegan message. We definitely need it. We have it happening, but in very, very small amounts, like almost not even there. You know what I mean? But we definitely need to do that. Hello there, Voldemort's turban. Are you vegan? How was the music thing? Are you talking about like from my video when I was talking about like Nard and like the people performing them, or are you talking about like me creating my own music? Because that's not a thing yet. I just have one song like fully fleshed out. When it comes to activism, I have like other songs, but like for a vegan song, and it's just a lot of work learning how to produce. So it's probably going to be like months, maybe more, before it comes out. It's a lot of work, but I'm figuring it out. I don't want to use AI for a few reasons, not because of the environmental stuff. Like I don't want to not use AI. I mean, for music, for like copyright reasons. But so it's going to take me a while because I'm learning. But yeah. But I love some animal rights music. It's awesome. And it was so amazing seeing them perform. Like, I don't know. It's just like being loud and proud about it. And like people, they're attracted to music. So they're going to sit there and listen. And it shows like, and like when people see like the amount of people that are listening to music, it's like to the vegan music, it's like they can't say like, oh, they're listening to it to laugh at them, like on social media. Like, I don't know. Any way that we can show people like there's a lot of vegans in the world, you know what I mean? If it isn't obvious already with vegan products, people don't understand that, then it's like a win for the animals because it's like shows how viable it is. And if people are doing it, then, you know, it shows like a positive thing for the community and that there's a community out there and we're not like totally isolated and few, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people would assume, and the view of the vegan community was just 5 years ago. You know what I mean? I mean, we've grown so much and now people understand how many of us there are and how like, I can't find my words right now. This is why I write script, guys. I don't know if these lives are for me, but I'm trying it. Okay. Veganism needs shit like Banksy. What is Banksy? I'm gonna have to look up the rules for cussing on lives. Cause like I wish I could say whatever I want, but I might have to beat stuff out. I don't know. But yeah, what is Banksy? Banksy. Nope, you're not vegan. I wish I still had my egg benedicts on here. It was just egg and vegan smoked tempeh on toast with like this melty cheese stuff. It was like it tasted like cheesy gravy, but it's like vegan cheese, right? But it tastes like a regular egg benedict would, except better because it's not like greasy and it doesn't have that weird aftertaste of like animal flesh that you taste. It's like I can't even describe it, but it tastes like funky. You know what I mean? It's like all the good and none of the bad for your health too because of cholesterol. So if you have any questions about veganism, please let me know. Like in the egg industry, you know, they're in tiny cages all their lives. Their feet are all like crumbled up and it's just horrible. Their feathers are falling out, and so that's why I don't eat regular eggs. And for the tempeh bacon, it's 6-month-old pigs that are forced into the same CO2 gas chambers, or CO, carbon monoxide, so it's CO. So yeah, carbon monoxide gas chambers as in the Jewish Holocaust, the same exact thing. And these 6-month-old pigs have the cognitive ability of a 3-year-old child. So if you're not vegan, please watch Dominion. It's in this description. There's a link in the description. That's what turned me vegan 6 years ago. It's the best thing I ever did in my life for the animals, for the planet, and for my own health. I literally felt like taller, and I instantly started losing weight. Like I have a lot of weight on me now, but I had more then. And like I'm like building muscle, you know, being vegan. Like all the stereotypes you hear just aren't true. They're just not. It's always the opposite. Like if you really look into the actual research, and you know, but yeah, if you care about animals at all, if you care about how you affect others, then you wouldn't hurt them when you don't have to, and you could eat something that's better anyway. It's literally the same thing. Okay. Oh, you're good. Oh. Does any non-vegan actually casually listen to vegan music? No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So when they hear it, or if they see like the word like vegan, or like they know that you're a vegan and they check out their songs and they're like, who actually listens to this? And if they go and look at it and they see the numbers, they're going to be like, oh, there's this many vegans, because they're not listening to it. Only vegans are listening to it. So if they see that we're like charting, then it can show like how big the movement actually is, because it's huge. So that was the point I was trying to make. Yeah. So when they do hear it, it's like there's vegan music, there's people listening to it. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. Like they will be laughing. They'll be like, I can't believe this. But like in their head, they're realizing like this is bigger than I thought it was. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of like maybe it's my brain is taking longer than it should to realize that like people already know that the vegan community is large, because like 5 years ago when I or like 6 years ago when I first went vegan, it was like there was like nothing. And from my perspective at least, and from a lot of people's perspective, they didn't even know what veganism was. There wasn't hardly any as much stuff in the grocery store, so there wasn't like vegan restaurants everywhere. So like it's definitely expanded a lot in the last 5 years. So I feel like we're still kind of getting that word out there, you know, like way more people know about it, but there's still people that don't know what veganism is, especially like older generations and stuff like that. And the people who do know what veganism is that are younger, I don't think they know how large our community really is, and like understand our core values completely. No, yeah, I'm talking about a vegan song specifically. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, I'm going to be putting it on social media. People will scroll past it that aren't vegan, and then they'll see like how many vegans are commenting on it. You know what I mean? And how much support it's getting. So yeah, I am talking about vegan music, specifically about veganism. The song that I wrote that I'm working on now is from the perspective of a mink in a cage at a fur farm who's watching like their brother get skinned alive. Doesn't sound like it'll be a good song, but it is. You'll see. I think it's going to be great. Sorry, I'm just reading your guys' comment. I can't really talk and read at the same time, so. What's an egg Benedict? Let me search. Yeah, I didn't know what it was either until I went to the Silver Diner. They have like a few vegan options, and the egg Benedict was one of them. For this, it's just like a toast. It had a little bit of pesto, spinach, and tomato, and then it had like just egg with tempeh bacon on top, and then like a gravy cheese sauce. It's so good. So good. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go wash my hands so I'm not sitting here licking my fingers in front of you guys like that. Do you like my name? Voldemort. Is that like Voldemort? Wait, no. Is that like Harry Potter? Right? Oh, anyway. Oh, okay. Yeah, the confusion between plant-based diet and veganism is very strong still. That's definitely true. Some people don't like they know there's ethics involved, but because they don't fully understand it, they don't that's not the first thing they think of, right? They think of health as the first thing because that's what they want to focus on. They want to say like, "Oh, it's unhealthy," when it's really a lot healthier. There's all of the research shows that. All of the research, except for the few papers that don't make any sense when you read them, that were paid off by the meat industry. So, yeah. Yeah, I could see that. People think that veganism is declining. Even some vegans think that veganism is declining because during the I don't know. It doesn't make sense though. Like if you look online, there are so many more pages talking about veganism. There is so many more activists. There are so many more policies put in place for animals because of us. There are vegan options popping up everywhere. Um, but I think because these brands, some of these vegan brands wanted to like branch out and include some non-vegan lines in their companies, that people are like, oh, like veganism's not doing good because of this one small thing. But that's really just a company trying to make more money so that they can push the vegan products even harder. You know what I mean? So, yeah, veganism is not declining. Like, yeah, the fat of plant-based diets declined because it was, one of those things on the internet that was like trending. Trends are trends, they don't last, right? But it's great because it got more actual like vegans to go and stay vegan. But for the people that were doing it for health, yeah, they fell off of it because it was just a diet to them. But that's not the majority. It's just so much easier to talk about a diet than to talk about veganism, right? So there's a lot of people who are embarrassed who are I have friends that used to be activists that decided not to be anymore because they feel like they're not making much of a difference, which is crazy because every person you get to go vegan, that is 200 animals every single year that you're like directly saving basically. So I don't know. Okay. Yeah, it is Harry Potter. That's what I thought. I just watched like all the Harry Potters like a few months ago too, but it was a few months ago, so I don't remember like the names. I'm so bad at like names and stuff. But I love Harry Potter. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Evil. What's evil? Vegasaur? What the heck? I got to work on my song. Great first stream, Paige. Thank you. Thank you for making me feel better. Oh my gosh. And thank you for the support and getting people to come here for me so much. Thank you. Oh, you're working on some music too. Is it vegan activism music? Have you gotten anything put out too, or are you just working on your first song too? That's like a crazy coincidence if you are. Like insane. Dennis. Oh, okay. He triggers a lot of vegans. Oh, so he's heard everything. always calm, but has his bad takes. Okay, well, Dennis, make sure you subscribe so that you can come and like tell me off whenever you want. You know when I'm posting, right? Go ahead, please. I want to hear all of your excuses to hurt others. Thank you for that. I like being triggered. I like for you to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing and how I feel about it. It makes me very, very pleased, actually. That's crazy. I know someone like that. It's so irritating when celebs like Lizzo claim to be vegan and then completely change their. Yes, I was so sad about Lizzo because I like her music. And I was so happy to see that she was vegan. And then when I heard that she didn't go vegan, just like Miley Cyrus, I love Miley Cyrus. I'm gonna cry. And she like started eating fish because of brain health. Okay, then why'd you start eating everything else? Like, you're lying. You are lying. Like omegas, you can get omegas from other sources. You take a freaking omega pill. It's already in the form of an oil. So no, so it's a lie. It's like they're just. It was probably a social thing because they're in the public eye and like, yeah, they can handle a lot of backlash, but these people thrive off of getting good, like, you know what I mean? God, I'm not even saying words. Like, I feel like a lot of celebrities thrive off of having like positive attention. And so when they get negative attention, it makes them want to change. Maybe. I don't know. Like, I love Nicki Minaj, but I hate the way that she talks about animals and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It makes me sad. But we have Billie Eilish. She, there's plenty of celebs that are vegan. They're just not the ones that people talk about, right? Because they go vegan and then they stop going vegan and everybody's like, see? You know? They want to confirm their disgusting bias of hurting animals. So, but nobody talks about Billie being vegan because she's still vegan, unless you are a vegan, right? But she has documentaries at her concerts, which is freaking awesome because she has like billions of people listening to her. And there's like tens of thousands of people at her concerts that are being forced to watch vegan messaging. I'm like, yes, please, thank you. And she's doing like some documentaries now, so that's great. And then Joaquin Phoenix, right? Like, he narrated the Dominion documentary. You know, he connected to the animals when he was 3 years old and went vegetarian until he knew what veganism was. He funds like vegan projects. He has rescued a cow before his Oscar speech or after his Oscar speech, whatever, when he was talking about the dairy industry. So we're seeing things like that happen. Berkeley in California banned factory farms because of DXE. Although there isn't any factory farms in Berkeley, it sets a precedent for people understanding that we can do that, right? So, but yeah, I would love to hear more about your song, Axel. Like, I need to, even though I can't get through all these comments. It's so irritating when celebs like Lizzo claim to be. Yeah, exactly. I was just talking about that. Okay. What do you mean? One more time? Someone who blocked me may have said something. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't really understand what anti-vegan means to agree or disagree with that. Anti-vegan would mean that you understand veganism, you have talked to vegans, and you are like, I don't want anything to do with this, or I disagree with you. That would be anti-vegan. Because someone who's not anti-vegan but not vegan would be like, in my opinion, I think that's what this person means. I would be like, I don't know what veganism is. You can't be anti-vegan because you don't even know what it is. But if you know about veganism, you understand it to a point. That means you just like don't care, honestly, or you know you have an excuse. But I feel like that's not anti-vegan. I feel like anti-vegan is being like, I know your point, but you're wrong, and I don't care about animals. That would be anti-vegan. But I don't think anyone is truly anti-vegan because I think that we all, into our core, want what's best for ourselves and best for others, but we don't always make decisions or think like that. And sometimes we can go large portions of our lives after like trauma when we were children and stuff like that, or like seeing like how cold the world can be, and we're like, oh, we have to be like this, or like, oh, this is just how it is. And instead of like standing up against that by like wearing your heart on your sleeve, a lot of people will like dim their light, dim their love, because it's like mushy and gushy, or like, oh, being caring is like not cool. You know what I mean? Like that vibe. Like we're kind of getting out of that with the new generations, which is great. Like it's amazing. That's what we need in the world. But it seems like for like, I don't know, like with like needing to be tough to like support and like defend for the population, like kind of society can be like a little like cold. You know what I mean? And I feel like we internalize that in our everyday lives a lot of times, where it's like being cold is cool and being cruel is fine. And I don't think that's how we actually are at our heart's core. I think that that's just something that we've learned, that we like wear on our outside, even if we choose to internalize it. But at the core, everything is love. We are all like, we're all just consciousness that happens to be here. None of us like it's insane. Like life to me is such a gift. Um, like, and we forget that and we take it for granted. Humans do, because I don't know, we're just so in it. You know what I mean? So in our physicality that we forget, like, we could have not even been here. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing that anything exists at all, let alone me, you know? And so that's why I feel like consciousness and love is what connects us all, because we all have, you want good things for yourself, right? So you want good things for others because you are just like others, you know? But that's a very simple thing. It's a very simple, like obvious truth of life and truth within us. But we forget that because we have to act hard in order to not get taken advantage by others, because we don't act like that because competition, right? For physicality, for space and resources and all these things that we've had to go through, like to survive, and like groupthink and tribalism and all these things that we thought we had to do for longer than we actually had to, or we're not actually in those situations. I'm rambling now, but I don't know how I got there. My brain goes to those places often. It's odd, but yeah. It's so okay. Where are you at? Oh my gosh, I don't know where I'm at. Okay. Okay, I remember where I was at now. There we go. I'm evil. My name used to be Evil Stefan. But it's satanic Stefan. So you're a vegan, right? Because it's seitan, not Satan, right? Seitan is delicious. It's vegan. It's a thing that vegans eat. Non-vegans would be like, what is this? It's not food, even though it's better for you than meat. Watching this is the first/only thing I've done since waking up 15 minutes ago. LOL. Oh, well, I hope you're enjoying it. I know I'm rambling a lot and it's all over the place. It's my first live, as you can see. Probably you read it, right? So, thank you for spending your first 15 minutes waking up with me. Has it only been 15 minutes? It's been an hour. Oh, it's been an hour and 12 minutes. Holy shit. Keep doing that. Yay. Time is going by. I feel like I felt like it was a long time, but I felt like that was in my head because I'm like anxious, you know what I mean? But it actually has been a long time. Okay. Satanic Stefan, aka Evil Hummus, aka Vegan Sore. I'm gonna read all these weird comments out loud right now, even though it might be annoying. I'm sorry. Okay. It's not legit. Well, I won't be subbing, but I don't know. But IDM. What is IDM? I do coming by, I guess. I don't know. You're gonna come by, I guess. Thank you. It's nice to see you. Ask me all the questions. Tell me how you think I'm stupid. I would really appreciate that. Thanks. Bye. Okay. Sabby Coops. What? I know who you are. I just your the pronunciation of your handle. What are your pronouns? Thanks for appreciating me being here. Of course. He, him. I love all, unless you aren't vegan. True. I mean, I still love them. I used to not be vegan, but I don't love your choices, and I think you need to think about them. And I'll probably yell at you. So yeah. Axel, does that mean you love all vegans? Paige, these guys can tell you about my music. All my lyrics are vegan driven. Oh, yay. Or you only love vegans, but not all vegans. Well, if you're what type of love are you talking about? I mean, I just went on a tangent about just loving existence itself. So there's different types of love. Most languages have words for different types of love, but English does not. Yeah, Rob Zombie is an activist. He won't let anyone play on his band unless they are vegan. I've thought about doing that, like only working with in the future if I do. Like, I'm like, how am I going to be about this? Like, I would prefer to only work with vegans. So, yeah. But then again, like, what if you end up working with someone that's not vegan and then they end up going vegan, but they wouldn't have if you didn't work with them? I don't know. I feel like if I'm working on a vegan project and it's like, if they're like helping me edit or like helping make the music, and it's not like just at their studio, or it's not like just like they're not putting that much work into it, like it doesn't matter how well they do their job really, or like they can't like put less or more effort into it, like they just do their job and it either works or it doesn't, then I'd be fine with them not being vegan. But if they like have to put effort into it, then I feel like if they have the same mission as I do, then they would do their job better. So if it matters in that context, then I would prefer them all to be vegan. I would prefer everybody to be vegan around me, but I also would like to have people around me that are exposed to things that wouldn't normally be exposed to things that might encourage them to go vegan. But not if it's going to like degrade the work. You know what I mean? What the heck? Yeah, true story. And they do at times, don't they? It's like a family. How can you have family that doesn't make each other upset from time to time, right? I feel like everyone's family, but especially vegans, right? In a way. For real. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Some people do need to just get tough love from you. You have to have those boundaries, right? For sure. For sure. So many different reasons. In my future lives, I'm not just gonna sit here and like read the comments, by the way. This is just because I'm not anxious and it's helping me. See, I imagined being anti something would be extra against it rather than understanding, but just not agreeing / aligning with it. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That's kind of what I was explaining. But yeah, I wasn't sure what anti-vegan meant. Like, I personally wouldn't describe a non-Christian who understands Christianity but isn't Christian as anti-Christ. Right. I have interesting views about Christianity. I believe in Jesus. I believe that he did a lot of the things that they said that he did. But I think that the truth was twisted for power. And I think that he said things that he didn't say. But I think that a lot of the things that he said were like true and that people need to know about it. But I think that we are all God and we all have like godliness inside of us, like the connected consciousness that is pure and benevolent and all forgiving, because everything is circumstance. And I do think that he did like metaphysical shit. I think that he did heal people because I believe in Reiki, and I think that he was a Reiki practitioner, and I've seen some crazy stuff, like spiritual things in my life, in person. And so I know that some of the things in that book that are talked about as possible that most people wouldn't think is possible, but I don't believe that I don't believe like most of the mainstream takes from Christianity. I don't believe that Jesus ever thought about Christianity or wanted that. I think that followers follow leaders, and that's what Christianity is. That's what religion is it's following. And I don't think that Jesus wasn't. I think that Jesus was an awakened being, to a degree. I think we're all awakened to a degree. But he had clairvoyance, if you know what that is. And so I think that it's whole thing. Have you seen Christspiracy? Voldemort's Dennis. Have you seen Christspiracy? And anyone who hasn't seen Christspiracy and is interested in spirituality, you have to watch it. Please go watch it. Please. You have to. It has to do with veganism, by the way. I saw it in theaters. It was in theaters. Okay. And I met the like main character in it too, like the subject, at a vegan convention thing, not convention, a vegan conference. I said convention. That's what it felt like. Okay, to me. Every single creature. I'm not on topic with this video, but that's okay. That's why I like the idea of doing live, so you guys can get to know other parts of me that you wouldn't otherwise get to know. Every single creature experiencing life is a miracle in the eyes of the universe. Exactly, because we are the universe. And the universe didn't decide to exist. How could anything that is decide to exist? Like, you either do or you don't. If you were able to make that decision, then you already exist. It's just beingness. Like, it's so obvious. Like, I can't believe the things that people will argue about when it comes to these types of conversations. Like, I feel like the most obvious things are the most like misunderstood. And it's like kind of like that thing where it's like you're looking for something and it's right in front of your face, but you can't find it because you're so focused on the details. It's like that's like all of society. That's like what they do constantly. But I feel like we're coming out of that. I feel like people are starting to like gain common sense. It's great. It's like people are being born with it now. Like, you know, compassion and things like that. Dennis. Okay. Zoom out, see yourself where you are. Zoom out again, see what country you are in. Zoom out again, see Earth. We are all here. Why kill others? Aw. Thank you. The only eyes in the universe are in the animal kingdom. From your perspective, literally. You don't know that. You don't know that. Our restrictions, our limitations are physical. I feel like I don't think that our bodies create consciousness. I think that consciousness is limited and streamed through our bodies to have like a human experience, a different experience, which is why I think that like is omnipresent, because they don't have limitations to create an ego. They have an ego, but it's everything. You know what I mean? Everything has an ego. All ego is a point of consciousness. But like, anyway, I don't want to go too deep into that, but those are my beliefs. I'm 100% anti-Dennis. I know what seitan is. Do you eat seitan though? Have you tried it? Because I'll eat that stuff right out of the package while it's cold. And if you'll eat that, then why are you still eating baby animals? What's the point? If you can eat vegan, if you're like okay with eating vegan protein, then why chew on a dead animal's body that you know was tortured just for that purpose when you don't have to? We are all vegans here except Dennis. Some jellyfish have primitive eyes. Primitive eyes. So when you say primitive eyes, you mean eyes that aren't these type of eyes. Like, yeah, there's definitely cells that have like light sensory things. I know about that. I wonder what you mean though. So I blocked him. Oh, you blocked my friend? That's rude. He's a very sensitive person. Okay. And that just made it worse. You obviously don't care. After I go, assure her that swearing is fine. Oh, thank you. I got that. Yay, swearing's fine. I can say what I want. I don't mind. Oh, thank you. Thank you for educating me. See, we can educate each other, Dennis. When did I say I think you're stupid? Just call, who said to anyone's stupid? Just call him Spooky Bass. Okay. Is trying to manipulate Paige. He is playing dumb. Oh. Dumb about what? Hey, Tessa. Hi, Sabi. Who's hummus? Paige. Dennis will just go on in circles with you. He just likes to talk, but will never give vegan. I mean, never say never, but I feel you. Hard-headed. Yeah. I'm too optimistic to not try. I don't care, like, yeah, I don't know. I get that though. Like, there's people in my family that I know very well that I don't think would ever go vegan, but I would still try. Like, I'd be like, do you want to try this? Even though they said that they'll never eat anything vegan. Like, I would still like ask them to try it every single time. I just don't give up on anyone. I mean, like sometimes I do, like on an outreach, because I only have so much time that I'll be like, okay, I get it. You don't like animals and nothing's going to change that by. Like, I'll say that to them in hopes that they'll internalize it and then try to prove me wrong. You know what I mean? Okay, run. Jesus was a dude that opened human eyes with compassion, just like vegans do. Exactly. See? He was a teacher. He was mainly a teacher, right? But not like when he talked of heaven and hell, it was about the mind and it was metaphorical. Like, a lot of the stories and stuff, like in all religions, are meant to be metaphorical, and they're created in order to like make you think deeper about things. It's not physical things. And even like the Bible will tell you that. And I'm not saying that the Bible was created to like for that purpose completely. Like, there's like not truth in the Bible too. Like there's a lot of things that aren't true that I don't agree with, and I don't agree with Christianity at all. What I'm saying is that like some of the things that were put into it from other sources had some validity to it that was misrepresented, right? Anyway, that was like so off point. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands because I'm sitting here like playing in catch up right now. I'll be right back. I'm back. Hello. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna stay on here for a total of like 2 hours, and that's it. Probably. Yes, I've always been like super spiritual. No, actually, Christspiracy is about like the 5 major religions. It just focuses on Christianity because the subject of the film, he is Christian, and it's about like his journey of like connecting Christianity to veganism, which is what it does, but it also connects it to like the major religions. So it's not about Christianity, like it is, but it's not like it's for everyone, like even if you're not religious, because it sparks some curiosity, because like it kind of alludes to the fact that like a lot of like religions and like spiritual beliefs they come up with a lot of the same like precepts. If you're talking about Buddhism, or for Christianity, it's commandments. Like these, we have different words for them, but it's basically just a set of like guidelines that guide like our morality, right? Or karma, but just cause and effect. Which, if it can happen physically, why wouldn't it be able to happen spiritually? I mean, the fact that physicality exists anyway. So like the film like kind of speaks on that, how like the first one is like thou shalt not kill, or they say that in a different word, right? Like as if that is the ultimate like crime, again, for lack of a better word, against existence itself, right? You're taking away life itself. You don't have to do that as a human being. And as a human being, we are more conscious than the other animals of our actions, and we have a choice. And it's like a lot of religions believe that that was for a reason somehow. For Buddhism, you could think that it's which I have these little Buddhist guy in my ear, by the way. And I made the jewelry. Don't mind my ADHD. This is why I need scripts for my videos, okay, guys? Which I need to write today. So I'll be getting off of here soon. I need to write one for today so that I'll be able to film and get content out for you guys by the time it runs out. But yeah, it's just like the ultimate betrayal of your own existence, right? Because if you can take away someone else's existence, it's like you're saying that's okay if that happens to you. If you're able to do that knowingly, intentionally, because intention is worth more than actions, especially in the spiritual, when you're talking spiritually. Because your circumstances, anyway, it's a whole thing. You're not going to understand, I don't think, with the way that you're talking. Most people don't think the way I do. It's like, and it's hard for me to explain it because it's more of an experience and it sounds crazy. So I'm going to stop. Yeah. Okay. So, but yeah, you should watch it. It's really cool and interesting. Never tried seitan. Well, you need to try that. You need to try it. You know what I mean? I like try new things, try some vegan stuff, see how it makes you feel. Like what if you just like try going vegan for 2 weeks? Like you try to trigger us all the time. So like apparently from what your friend said, I haven't seen that honestly. But yeah, if you like just try vegan stuff for like a week or two, like see how it feels to you. Like if it feels good, then it's like, what excuse do you have to keep harming animals, right? If I can do something that doesn't mean I should. Exactly. If I can eat seitan, saying I ought to is a cannot fallacy. I see what you're saying now about him trying to trigger, like you know what you're doing right now. Yeah, it does mean you should because it's the better alternative. So you should. That's what should is when it would have benefits rather than, not the opposite of benefits. Like I can't even talk. Okay. Yay, my new friend is defending me. Want to try this? Okay, you guys are mean to each other. W stream. What is a W stream? What are you guys talking about? I heard that Jesus was a toker. Okay. I was a guest on Paige's podcast back almost a year ago. Hi! Oh my gosh. David, it is nice to see you. I don't know if you're still in here or how long ago this message was. It doesn't have timestamps. But thank you for being in here. Yes, he was on my podcast. So if you guys want to check that out, he tells the story of how he used to be the 40-year-old vegan. He used to be a inspector of slaughterhouses, a slaughterhouse inspector, and he didn't like think anything was wrong with it, until he it was like a while of just seeing these animals like go through what they went through, and he was trying to get like better conditions for them. Sorry, I'm fidgeting. He would try to get like better conditions for them because that was his job, basically, kind of like he would try to like show the industry themselves of like where they aren't following their own regulations, right? To try to get these animals like better care in the positions they were in. And the things that he's seen just scarred him for life. He ended up getting so sick that he like was in the hospital, and because of the conditions that even the workers are in working in these places, and some of them are forced to because they would get deported if they aren't, like as a contract and stuff. It's disgusting. Like that's what they have to do to get people to work in those places. So yeah, I would really recommend checking it out. It's super educational. It tells the story of how he went vegan by witnessing slaughterhouses from working in them. So yeah, that was my first podcast and the only episode I have, because I've been focusing on just getting more people in my work before doing that. But I am trying to get some more people on. But anyway, okay. Oh my gosh. Every time I like try to scroll through the comments, it like jumps to somewhere else, which is really annoying. But yeah, thanks for checking out my live. I'm going to be doing more of them. But not like often. I might do like one, like, I don't know. I'm going to be going to a convergence, so I probably won't do a live then. Maybe I'll do a live while we're protesting. I don't know. That would be a great idea, vertical, because they said you get more vertical. I'll do that. I'll do a live while I'm gone. I'll do a live at least once a week is what I'll do. And then after that starts to pick up, I might just do one like once a month, because I'm focusing on like so many other things, but just to like get the ball rolling. Yeah. Okay. Or are you bound here by invisible ropes like the, I don't know what. Anyway. Oh, I think, literally knows everyone. Oh, so I just introduced nothing. I feel you. Okay. Well, for the people watching this later, because I am going to upload it, as awkward as it is, so that people can make fun of me and it can bring more people in. That's what I'll say. Okay. Karma can happen physically. No, okay, so what I was saying when I said, I didn't say karma could happen physically. I said a cause and effect happens physically, right? So I pick up this mouse, it gets picked up. I think I'm moving my arm this way, so it moves that way. I, light something on fire, therefore other things get burned, right? And it has a domino effect. Every action that we take in this universe has a domino effect. I displace the atoms in the air. The other atoms must move in order to fill that space. The space always has to be filled by something, right? So I was kind of connecting that mechanism to karma. That's how I view karma. It's an energetic cause and effect. So if cause and effect can happen physically, why are people so disbelieved? Like, I think it's disproportional the way that we don't believe in spiritual cause and effect, just because we haven't experienced it as physically as we do physically cause and effect. You know what I mean? It's a different it's a different thing, but it's like the same mechanism, but a different medium, and different reasoning. But it's like it's always confused me ever since I was a child, how like closed-minded people can be, especially about spirituality and things like that. when in my eyes, even physicality is spirituality in a way, because like all spirituality is the study of existence that we don't all agree on already. You know what I mean? Like, it can't be what's just in front of our face. That doesn't make any sense. There has to be so much that we don't know, right? Our consciousness is like not even the tip of an iceberg of what reality truly is, right? And so I think that society closes themselves off to expanding that awareness when we only take into account what we have direct proof of based on our observation. Because we do have proof of other things based on observation. I mean, the CIA has like papers about it and stuff of research and things about spirituality. So it's funny when people like laugh about people who are spiritual and things like that when the government is actually involved in learning about it. But anyway, so I didn't say that karma can happen physically. I said cause and effect can happen physically, and karma is cause and effect. It's not a punishment. And spirituality is not about punishment. It's about lessons. Just like if I punch someone in their face and their reaction is to punch me back in my face, it's so that I can know how that feels so I don't do it again. It's like, that's what you get. You know what I mean? Type of thing. That's like karma, like on a spiritual thing. But anyway, oh crap, I forgot to post my short BRB. Oh yeah, I need to post one at like 2 something. I have an alarm. Yeah. Okay. You streaming today? I really got to go now. Spooky. I will start streaming the music stuff when I have that software. Nice. Okay. Let me know when you do. Okay, it just jumped again. I think it's every time someone makes a comment, it jumps. Or in the chat, I think that's different. Yeah, anyway. Bye. He already left, but ew, don't call us Dennis's friends. I think I was calling Axel his friend. I think he's the one who had him come in here. I don't know. I might be wrong. But feeling good and going plant-based doesn't mean I'd be vegan. And going plant-based for health isn't veganism. Of course. No, of course. But if you know that you can feel good on a plant-based diet, then I think that considering veganism would be more appealing to you, which is why I gave the suggestion. Because you said you don't eat seitan. And so I'm like, well, try it out for a few weeks, see how you feel. Because if you're not open to because it's from what other people are saying about you, they know you better than me. Apparently, I don't know you as well. They were telling me that you're not open to like the ethical perspective, but I think you'll become more open to that if you try it first as an experiment, rather than saying like, oh, I'm a vegan, you know what I mean? Because that might not be like interest you. That's all I meant. Not that that's how I view it, but you know what I mean. Yeah, don't give them that honor. I was saying Paige was my new friend. W is win. It means it's a good stream. LOL. Oh, okay. Did I explain that I didn't know what that meant? Because thank you guys, because I didn't. Win stream, good stream. Thanks for the stream. All that good stuff. So yourself. Your reactions to that vegan teacher attacking Calmecris. Who's Calmecris? I love that vegan teacher. I love all vegan activists. I don't care how you do it. I don't care if we disagree on our methods. I think that I need people the animals need people in the movement that don't agree, where we don't agree with each other. Because what's going to resonate with me and other people like me is going to be different from others. Like if you're like a super hard, like right-winged person, like that's not me. I'm not super political from any spectrum. But if that's how you identify and other people are drawn to you that identify with his views, and they think, oh, a vegan isn't right-wing. And now they have someone who's showing them that veganism can fit into a right-wing ideology. We need that. You know what I mean? We need people who have views of others that we don't agree with, so that they can resonate with other people who have those views, even if we don't agree with those views. That's how I think, anyway. But yeah, I love that vegan teacher. I love her. Like, her cute little songs, like, it's like so cute. It's like it reminds me of like children stuff and like old people stuff, and to me they're like kind of similar because it's like they're like open and innocent, and like it's adorable. I love it. And I love how bold she is, you know? It's like that contrast between like her songs, like about like educating in like such a lighthearted way, and then it like that it'll go like to being like super like non-filtered, you know? I really resonate with that approach. Yeah, and it's great. I love her stuff. And I love that she focuses on the plant-based diet aspect of it as well, because I think it's important to focus on all aspects of it. Like, scream it from the rooftops, you know what I mean? Like, obviously the animals are the center of everything that we do and will always be what we end our conversation with, and the thought of how we begin our conversation, or how we begin our conversation, and the reason that we're talking about it in the first place. And I think that we should make that obvious. I want to make that obvious because I'm an abolitionist, and I want to like make sure that I say that. But at the same time, I want to add the other aspects in there because they're important, because people have genuine concerns about these things, even if it's not where it comes from. Like, even if their intention was different from where that question came from, it's still important because they believe that that's what they're actually concerned about. You know what I mean? And it can help them bring down their defenses when you focus on those things that aren't as harsh, too. So however people want to do it is important for the movement. We need all of us doing how we feel comfortable doing it. Your reactions to that vegan teacher attacking. But yeah, when did she attack? Oh, I've seen her attack people. All she does is criticize their abuse of animals. I don't, so yeah, I mean, they might feel attacked. That's probably what it feels like. Maybe it is attacking, but she is attacking their harsh, their views of animals, and that's needed. So yeah, I think I'd like it. I haven't seen it, but Windstream. Is that sarcastic? Are you guys being sarcastic? This is my first stream, okay? Leave me alone if you're being sarcastic. Oh my gosh. Vegan kebab. What's in the kebab? Oh, that sounds good. I love kebabs. Or kebab. It's a kebab. What's on it? I like pineapple kebabs and like mushrooms, like big. Okay, let me stop. Subbed came from Axel's post. Yay! Woo, I need like a little confetti thing for when people sub on streams. That's nice. Thank you so much. Jackal a gator. I don't know. Okay. Thank you for subbing. I hope to see you again. Tell me what you're about. Are you vegan and stuff? Is that what you subbed? Okay. Bye, everyone. I'm going to head out. Bye, Tessa. Saves. I think I've seen your stuff. Jake. Thank you, guys. Bye, Tessa. See ya, Tessa. LA Convergence. Let's go. I did the one a few years ago. Mark Jacobs. It was epic. Yeah, it was epic. You were there. I remember like doing the We the Free thing, and you were there when I was there one time. I think that was during the New York City Convergence. Or no, it was before that I met you. It was a while ago. Oh, it was 2024 New York City Convergence. I was there for 3 days, like the end of it. So I was there like right before Marc Jacobs won, and I was there for the celebration. It was amazing. You were probably there. I probably just didn't know you well enough to like remember that. I just remember you from We the Free because I think that's when we actually started talking, David. But did a pop up for We the Free? Yep, it was the first New York City, and now it's one of the busiest teams. Super proud. I know, right? It's grown so much. And yeah, are you going to that lake version? It's literally in a couple days. I'm so excited. Okay. See Tessa. What's up, Stefan? So many awesome people here. And Dennis. You guys know each other, huh? Are these like the vegan like stream people? Like you guys hang out on vegan streams? I mean, I already assumed that with most of you, but all of you, huh? Okay. Men who stare at goats is a great men who stare at goats. I just was watching this show. It was like I watch show while I eat every day. Anyway, I've started doing. And it's called Younger. It's about this girl who like tries to get back into publishing when she's like 40 something and has to lie. And she was trying to write this book about a guy who had a farm and was like getting wool from the goats. And I was like, oh gosh, here goes my vegan triggers, right? And she ended up going back to get him to sign something when he wasn't expecting her. And he was literally like a goat. Like he was full on just that goat. I can't believe they put that in a TV show. I was very upset. Anyway, I don't know why I told you that. It just reminded me of it. Men who stare at goats. That reminded me of that. I don't want to watch that just because it reminds me of that scene. I don't know what that's about. It's probably not about the same thing, but I'm traumatized. I need some more time. It's not funny. I laugh when I'm uncomfortable. Okay. Jake, come on. I expect it from others, but not you. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. LOL. Vegan stoner lady will be live today. She's incredible. I think I've seen her before. Is a super gross troll. Oh, God. But ARAs, he loves animal rights activists. Is that like, oh gosh. Already? Why are trolls the first people who are attracted to these things? There's more trolls than like actual, I guess it's like half and half. That's not true. TVT is live now. I'm muted from her chat as I am from most vegan channels. Well, you haven't said anything like super rude, so to me, so that's why you're not muted. I don't know. I probably won't mute anyone, honestly. Like unless you're like spamming the chat with like nasty things, or if you say something like like hurtful in a way that's like triggering to someone, then yeah, I'll mute you. But if you're just saying like anti-vegan stuff, I'm like, thanks, so that we can rebuttal it, you know. Sup veg heads. Hi Paige. Got the notification from Ellen Steve Instagram channel. Aw, they told people that I'm streaming. Thank you guys. Okay. Glad you reached 50 subs so you could go live, and congrats on your first stream. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, apparently you can go live whenever you want on the desktop version, but it doesn't bring in as many people. So next time I will be doing a vertical stream on mobile, which is what you need the 50 subs for. So I can do that. Yeah. Thank you. Dennis is a vegan lover. Next time I'm streaming, it'll be during a protest, so you guys can see like some fun stuff. Dennis is a vegan lover, so he qualifies as a veg head. Actually, I'll probably just stream the whole day so you guys can like see our community and stuff. But I don't know. They probably won't let me do that. they won't let me stream when we're on our way to places because they'll probably think that like police are gonna watch and be there already. Not that it matters, but if we're wanting to do disruptions and like go inside a place, if a place expects us, then we'll have to leave earlier. So like it's a part of security culture. I probably won't be able to stream consistently. But yeah. Okay, so Dennis is a vegan lover, so he qualifies as a veg head. Still gonna treat you like an anti-vegan. Whatever. Something like that. Okay, we are all streamers, lol. Oh, you guys are all streamers yourselves. Oh. Well, this makes sense. You guys are supporting me because I'm new. Okay, I understand. Thank you. Okay, Eston. Hello, Eston. Long time no talk. Hey, Stefan, Dennis, 40, Miss Jake, Brett, Stefan. He was doing more than staring at the go. You know, I figured that's what it sounded like. Okay, I'm not trying to get re-traumatized. Thank you for the suggestion, I guess, though. Okay. Fuck. Ew. What is wrong with people? People are gross. I don't understand. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it. Sabby Coops. Is that how you pronounce it? Sabby Coops? Oh gosh. Should I watch it? I like won't even watch it. He'll just get me some subs and some haters, which is great. I love that. So love what he's doing. Not the eating animals part, but the fact that he's getting me more he'll get me more comments at least. Okay. Okay, some of you've never streamed, but I don't think it's him. He was okay. I'm going to get off of here soon. So if you have any questions last minute, let me know. If you want to see me draw something, you can send me $5 to my Cash App in the description. Donate like at least $5 and I'll like draw whatever you want. I used to draw naked women constantly, like in high school, in middle school, and elementary school. I would practice drawing faces. I have like some watercolor and stuff. I do like all kinds of art mediums. I made these jewelry. If you like wire at crystal jewelry, you can check out my Etsy in the description too, as well as my merch. Ever wonder what hell looks like? Watch Dominion. Have you seen Dominion, Dennis? You should watch it. And then I have, who did you eat today? Yeah. Okay. Laughing at you, hummus. Okay, cool. Nice. I'm glad I got it right. What's the most powerful epiphany you had going vegan? Oh gosh. I don't know. There's like so many. It's hard. Like literally all of them are extremely powerful in my opinion. Powerful specifically like okay, so the most powerful epiphany, I'll say this, I think for me was like realizing how unconscious we can be and how like you know how Anne Frank, when she wrote her book about being in like the Jewish Holocaust and stuff, she says this quote. I have the quote in one of my mugs on the Etsy because it means so much to me. It says, let me get this right. I'm gonna look it up real quick so I get it right. Um, Anne Frank quote about people's heart or something like that. Okay, in spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart, right? So she's seen like all of the horrific things that people were doing to the Jews and laughing at them and treating them the way that people treat animals, right? Like they're nothing, like they're objects, like they deserve to die. And when you're told when it's your job to kill them like that, you start to like you go kind of insane and sadistic, right? Towards them. And so but anyway, the powerful realization I had was even if it's not to that degree, being unaware of yourself and thinking of yourself as a good person and like you're doing the right thing and like because I feel like a lot of us feel like that. A lot of us feel like not that we're perfect, but that like we genuinely are ethical in our decision making, right? And we try to make the best choices possible. You know, a lot of us think of ourselves as really good people. And I realized when I was watching Dominion, right before I went vegan overnight, that like I haven't been a good person. Like when it comes to my actions, like I thought I was, but this whole time, like I was mass murdering basically. And I didn't even really think about it. Like, but it's not funny. Like when I say it's funny, it's ironic, is what I mean. It's ironic that like I think of myself this way and that I would never hurt another human being and I would never hurt an animal right in front of my face. Like when I was in like elementary school, I would be the person who would scream at someone before they would crush a bug and stop the entire class just to pick up that bug and take them outside because they didn't deserve to die just because of our irrational fears, right? And so like the big realization is realizing how unconscious of ourselves we are at all times and that like we have layers to uncover, you know, from our unconscious things like when people were treating like women like property and objects, like how unaware of ourselves we are because I'm sure that there were people who thought that they were good people just like me who would never hurt anyone like a bug right in front of them. Yet they were probably like a part of oppressing like other groups, marginalized groups of people, um, or women if I were a man back then. And I would be completely unaware of how wrong that is. I mean, I would like laugh and say, I like my steak still mooing, a ha ha ha, like it's so bloody. Like I like the taste of blood. Like I used to say things like that when I was a meat eater. And I didn't think anything wrong of it. I just knew that it made people laugh. That's all I knew, you know? And so I think that's the most powerful epiphany I had. It was obvious as soon as I realized I wanted to go vegan and how much suffering I've caused and how much suffering the larger of society is causing towards them. It's like, wow, there needs to be a whole movement like for this, like there was for women, like there was for this and that. Like it made me connect to it in that way. Like that was the big epiphany. That was the biggest epiphany for it. Um, it Yeah. It's like even just thinking about it now is making me feel astounded. Like I can't. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Satanic Stefan. I appreciate the congratulations. I don't feel like I deserve it though. The stream has been horrible in my opinion. I've said things that I wish I would have said differently, like just now. But I'm probably just being too critical of myself. I get enough of that from other people, right? Okay. I have seen it. LOL hummus. Listen to you. Oh yeah. But yeah, what about where is the epiphany thing? Yeah. Eston Hort. What is your name? What's your actual name? Because I don't know how to pronounce that. What if that is your actual name? Eston Hewart. Hewart? I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. But yeah, is that a good answer for you? Do you think I answered that well enough? What about you? What do you think your biggest epiphany was? Three dots, top of chat to enable timestamps. Do you want me to do that? What is that going to do? I don't feel like I'm doing like any particular order or categories of things. Do you think that would be helpful? I mean, I'll put it on just because you told me to, if it might help. Okay. Looking back at who we used to be can be a strong epiphany. Yeah, I think it's more like just seeing how unaware we are as humans. And how much we can deceive ourselves is the big epiphany. I agree. It might be wishful thinking, but I think most people have good intentions. Yeah. Like, even if that good intention is as little as I am trying to protect myself and preserve myself and love myself above others because that is my responsibility and they have that responsibility for themselves. Even if it's as small as that, I think every intention has some good in it. Like, even if you hate someone, you have to love them to hate them. You have to wish they were something else that you think is better. You know what I mean? Even if it's not a positive thing, even if you're not correct. Like, I think that's where our intentions lie for sure. Otherwise, why would we have it? Why would we have a bias or an inkling towards something if we don't think that it's preferred, right? They're just confused, misinformed, and have had their empathy for other animals suppressed. Exactly. Children love animals. Yes. And we're taught as children, like, to not question it. Like, we need this. We have to have it. Lies, lies, lies. We're literally lied to suppress our empathy because we think we have to survive. I mean, if we did have to eat animals, if that was true, it would make sense to suppress our empathy for them. You know what I mean? So it makes sense that we acted that way, put under that impression as a child, you know? Yeah. For yourself, if you want them on, we can do it on our end. Oh. Oh, it's for myself. I see. Okay. Great answer. Thank you. I appreciate it. That makes me feel better. I need outside validation sometimes. Okay. Okay, I've been on here for 2 hours and 9 minutes, and it was great. I think we got up to like 10 people at one point. Yeah, 10 likes. I think everybody liked the stream that was on it. That's great for my first stream. I honestly was expecting like 2 people to come on here. So, yeah, it was a win. And thank you guys for the tips, for letting me know. I need to go vertical next time, and then I'll get even more people, and I will be more prepared since now I know that there will be people. But if you guys have any tips for like how to get non-vegans on here, I feel like just going vertical is going to do that for me, or like doing it the 5 times like Mel and Steve told me, for sure. because I need to debate people. That's kind of like what I want to do on these streams. Like, yeah, we can like chill and have fun sometimes, but like the purpose of this channel is to educate non-vegans and to inspire vegans to get and stay active and inspire more ways for them to get active and to help them be sustainable in their actions for their like health of themselves, you know what I mean? Because I think that we can have that balance, and it's very easy for us to kilter towards one end or the other of withdrawing from the community or abandoning ourselves and our own interests and time for ourselves, you know. I'm not sure, maybe realizing that we are fundamentally the same as other animals and that at every point in history there was some kind of injustice that was normalized. So it's likely still the case, yeah. Mobile streams will get more non-vegan viewers. Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much. What would people 100 years from now look back on? Oh my God, yes. Thought experiment is powerful. It is so powerful. Literally, like, like, yeah, for sure. Like, I wonder if how much change we're going to be able to see within our lifetimes. And what if like we're able to see some of that, you know what I mean? Like what do you mean people didn't know what veganism was? Like what do you mean, you know what I mean? I don't know. That would be cool to be alive to see some of that change, wouldn't it? Okay, I love most of you guys. I love all you guys, really. Okay, bye.